Hello, this is Domenico with Easynomics, and this is a continuation of a Keynesian Multiplier practice paper 3 question. Before we tackle that question, if you need an introduction to the Keynesian Multiplier, you can click on this video that explains it step by step. If you want a refresher, just a brief review, you can also click on this video for that. So let's look at this question that we were working on. So again, linked below will be a video that goes over how we can answer questions A and B. This video is going to be focused on question C. So question C says, using your answer in part B, sketch an ADAS diagram. And that's something that can be asked of you on an IB exam to show how the impact of the multiplier works. So to do that, I'm going to need some information. So I'm going to make some notes on the side so I can incorporate that information into my diagram. So one, I need to know the change in government spending. So the change in government spending, as stated in question B, is equal to 87 billion. So that'll be the initial shift in aggregate demand. Then we have the change in nominal GDP, the total level of spending caused by the initial change in government spending. So change in real GDP is equal to, as we calculate here, 248.82 billion. 248.82 billion. All right, so I'm just going to keep those points on the side and incorporate that into my diagram. Okay, so how would we illustrate this? How would we, draw this? All right, so let's get rid of all of this and then draw the model, label it, etc. Okay, so first we're going to draw our x and y axes. Here's our y-axis and our x-axis. Label the axes. Y-axis is measuring prices on average within the national economy, so we'll call it the price level. Here we're measuring, in this case, nominal GDP. And we're going to have our initial aggregate demand curve that's sloping downwards. And I'll label that 81. Okay, so here we have AD, and we know that aggregate demand is equal to consumption spending plus investment spending plus government spending plus spending by foreigners, which is measured within the brackets exports minus imports. And here we can see that government spending has increased by $87 billion. And that's going to cause the aggregate demand curve to shift outward from 81 to 82. So we're going to draw a second aggregate demand curve and label that 82. 81 to 82 caused by an increase in government spending. Government spending has increased. So I'm going to label this on my diagram, autonomous spending. And the value of that spending, or the change in nominal GDP, is $87 billion, which I'll also label here. 87 billion of increased government spending, causing the shift from 81 to 82. That will cause the multiplier effect to take hold. That will lead to further increases in aggregate demand. So aggregate demand will shift out from 82 to 83. So I'm going to draw that and label that 83. So here again, we have a further shift in aggregate demand as a result of the multiplier effect. And that will be called and labeled induced spending. Then let's label a few other things. So we have total spending, or the total change in nominal GDP from 81 to 83, the value of that is going to be 248 billion. So I'm going to write down here $248.82 billion of total spending. So that's the total change in nominal GDP from 81 to 83. And now I'm just missing this value here. So what's the value of the induced spending? Let's use another color. I'll just use red. So the change in induced spending will be equal to the change in nominal GDP minus the change in government spending. Okay, so here we have that change in induced equal to nominal GDP being 248.82 billion minus the change in government spending of 87 billion. And that's going to equal 161 billion. Okay, so the induced spending is right here. So I'm going to plug that in. So $161.82 billion of induced spending. 161.82 plus 87 billion equals 248.82 billion. Okay, so there you have it. I have sketched it. If I want to add one additional detail, if I was asked to analyze this on a paper exam, I can also do this. I can hold the price level constant at PL1. I'm going to label some additional points, point A, which can help me with my analysis, point B, and point C. At point A, we have real GDP at Y1. We have real GDP at point B at Y2. And we have real GDP at point C, or nominal, I should say nominal GDP in this case, at Y3. And there I have it. I have sketched a diagram of how the multiplier effect works. So we're at 81, point A with the price level held constant PL1 with nominal GDP at Y1. The government increases government spending. Government spending goes up by $87 billion. That's autonomous spending, shifting aggregate demand from 81 to 82. At point B with a constant price level of PL1, nominal GDP is at Y2. The distance between Y1 and Y2 is 87 billion. Then that change in spending leads to a further change in household spending, maybe firm spending, that leads to that induced spending, or the multiplier effect, the further increase in aggregate demand from 82 to 83 by $161.82 billion, further shifting aggregate demand from 82 to 83. Thus, in total, we get a change in nominal GDP of 248.82 billion as a result of an injection of government spending by $87 billion. Okay, and that's it. If you have any questions, you can comment those questions below. Don't forget to subscribe and to like, and then create a few more Keynesian multiplier type paper 3 questions. So look out for that. And that's it. Thank you so much.